Story time on how I poisoned my best friend, Camilla. So, when I was in the third grade, I used to have this friend, Camilla. Let's call her Camilla for the sake of the story. I used to call her Camilla. And I'd say, every morning, I'd say, hey, Camilla. And she would say, hey, that B word. And she was always very rude to me and always unkind. And she used to hit me to the point where I had to tell my teacher. But I wouldn't tell them that it was her because I didn't want her to get in trouble. So, one day, she comes up to me, and I'm like, what is it? And she says, because she looked like she had a really happy or like kind of excited face and like a look of revenge on her face. And she goes and says, your crush just kissed me on the cheek. And she says he was way out of your league anyways, and that he would never liked you. But that day really hurt. And so when we went to go on a play date, that day, we went to her house, and her mom was like, hey ladies, I got your soups right here. And I knew she had a peanut allergy. So what happens when we got the soup, I asked, can you give me a cup of water? And she's like, yeah, okay. She said yes. And I switched the soup out because they had peanuts in it, and I knew she was allergic. I took hand sanitizer, I put it in that soup. I also dumped Clorox in it. And I asked her, you want to take a bite of it? She takes a bite of it, and she says, ooh, it's good. And she drinks the entire soup. And she started throwing. Part 2 of how I poisoned my best friend. So she starts to throw up immediately right after she drinks the Clorox and the hand sanitizer, and I switched out her soup with peanuts. And I started seeing her face swell up really bad, and it looked like she couldn't breathe because she was holding her throat. I said, Camilla, are you okay? And no. And I took the EpiPen, and I gave it to her mom. She gave it to her. Everything swelled down, but she was still like poisoned, so she kept throwing up. And her mom's like, that's strange. Is the EpiPen not working? So she took her to the hospital, and the doctors were told that she had poisoning from Clorox. And my parents looked at me and she said, did you do this? And I lied and I said no. And when she was in the hospital, she knew it was me. So I had to end her.